Hey guys, you're listening to Vol playing Infinity this evening as usual. Now, I've been waiting for my next shipment of Yuching models to show up and they haven't yet, so that's quite frustrating. Instead, I'm going to be playing my 300-point PanOceania army against regular PanOceania opponent here, so it's going to be a mirror match, and the ITS mission is going to be the Armoury, which you can see in the middle of the table. He has won the roll-off and has chosen to take first turn, so I've chosen the table side and decided to set up second. Yeah, so interestingly enough, he's taken the Aquila Guard with a multi-rifle choice, and he's probably taken a hidden Hexa or Aquila Guard, well, sorry, a Swiss Guard. We'll find out shortly. All of his bots are the support bots, the sensor bots, and the flash pulse, and so forth, with the usual link team for Neoterra Capitoline. My stars of the show here are the Akali with Spitfire, Father Knight with boarding shotgun, Aquila with HMG, and of course the Nis sniper. Just the usual stuff, forward observing, auxilibots, and fusiliers and so forth in the background. Next photo shows you his deployment here. He's got the link team in the center along with the Aquila Guard, and he's taking first turn, so he's going to be able to move up fairly aggressively. All of my stuff is hiding. I've got a Crocman on the building in the top left of the photo, indicated by that black silhouette token, but it's prone, so I'm saving him for a later time. Third image of the bat rep, we're looking at the Aquila Guard who's spending orders just to move up forward here with no AROs generated. You can also see his HVT further into the background next to that building with the 9A lettering spray stenciled into the side. Moving on, we've got a Tio Camo token spending its own order to come up to the armory doors, reveals himself to be a Swiss Guard hacker. Now, my opponent taught me something here. You are allowed, according to the scenario rules, to use your hacking device on the door, opening it, and that will not cause the other doors to open. If you make a normal willpower check on the doors, then they'll all open at once. So that was his plan there. The next image shows the Swiss Guard hacker appearing and moving over base to base with the panoplies. There he is. Another photo ahead, the Aquila Guard has followed him into the room and has gone to the other panoply, and they are now both actually activating it and picking up various different things. The Aquila Guard has picked up an X-Visor, and the Swiss Guard picked up something that I've completely forgotten about. The robots, though, just moving across the battlefield now with coordinated orders, so that looks to be pretty effective. The next image will show you where they're parking. Now, I thought that he would be spending his final order to do suppression fire, which would have made a lot of sense, but he decides not to do that, instead trying to hack me because the bot at the bottom of the photo is within 8 inches of the Father Knight. Luckily, though, I managed to pass my BTS rolls. He used his final order to have another go at it, also targeting the Aquila Guard and managing to immobilize the Aquila Guard, so that was successful in the first round there. Next image just shows you the layout there. So I've got the 2 heavy infantry with the helper bot behind the Father Knight, and as you can see, definitely within 8 inches of that sensor bot. So that's what it's looking like at the end of the first turn. The next image is a very blurry shot of him moving up the link team. They didn't really move too far up though, just sort of extending their reach. So I'll skip to the photo since that one's quite a blurry one. On to my first turn, the Akali commando with Spitfire showing up in the exclusion, right in front of the exclusion zone behind this crate here, and of course his second order is to move around the corner and shoot both of the bots, actually killing them with the same burst, so spreading 2 and 2, actually 3 on the furthest one, 1 on the closest one, and just nailing them both luckily, so that was very fortunate. Our next image has the forward observing auxiliary team moving up to the door, and learning something here as well. Apparently if you use your first short skill to open it and then shoot, you just get shot back at straight away, but if you idle and then open the door, they can't react to you because the short skill takes the entire order to complete, thus generating no arrows because they couldn't see you at the start of the order. So we played it that way. I managed to open the door on the first attempt, and then of course moving into the room after that order's been spent to use the flamethrower. He dodged with all of the 3 guys at the back there. He's got the link team HMG, he's got the drone bot, he's got the Aquila there, so the Swiss Guard, and the forward observing Orcs team here shooting his combi rifle point blank against the Auxiliary Guard, but not scoring any kills there. Moving on to the next image. So with a bit of a shootout here, we've lost the bot but caused a wound to the Swiss Guard, and the Aquila Guard is just being shot at now by the combi rifle successfully, and the HMG Link team guy is moving into the room with his dodge. Another photo ahead. What's happened here is the bot has another crack at the flamethrower, dies in the attempt, and my opponent's dodging me there, but the guy with the combi rifle, the Auxilia team with the combi rifle, shoots the Aquila Guard, who fails a willpower check from the guts check after taking a wound, forcing him to dodge into full cover against that attacker because he couldn't go prone, putting him out in the open so I can now actually see him in the street, which makes a big difference. Looking at the next photo, the Svalary Menisses with sniper rifle stands up. I could have used the Aquila Guard to do this, but he's immobilized, so using the NIS sniper to get 2 free shots needing 16s or less because it's in the correct range band and the Aquila Guard does not have cover, so with 2 double action rounds hitting him, that puts the Aquila in the dust straight away, which was really effective. So satisfying to get those shots off. The next image after this, the Akali is also shooting from the other angle and causing wounds to the Swiss Guard, and we've taken down the HMG Link already with the flamethrower burst, I believe. Is same with the bot, and now it's a matter of the Auxilia guy with the combi rifle moving into the room and opening fire against the Swiss Guard. Fails the face-to-face roll and dies though, so the Swiss Guard is still holding out in the room. Then we've got another image here, so a bit of an overview looking out here. Still haven't taken him down by the looks of things, but we've inflicted a lot of carnage according to this particular photograph. I think what happened at the end of the turn is that the Akali with Spitfire continued to mow down the Swiss Guard and finally picked off the last wound on him. Either that or I used the Crocman with the combi rifle. I can't remember which of them did it, but I do remember taking out both of the heavy infantry in the first turn, so a lot of casualties inflicted. Second photo here, by Pandra, who is represented by the trauma doc, moves into the room, successfully avoiding lanes of fire and successfully recovers the HMG Link, so heals him back up to full, and now the Link is operational after he spends a command token to bring them back together. So the next image has them creep up and the HMG moves into range to return fire against the Akali with Spitfire, which guns them down straight away. So very effective return to action from the Link team. The next image shows them moving into the battlefield here next to the Panoplies, and of course using the HMG to return fire against the Svalary Menisses on the building with the Spitfire, gunning him down too. It's pretty easy when you've got 5 dice. Another photo ahead, they're now all moving into the room, and my opponent explained to me that when you use a Link team, they all do the same thing. So he claimed that you can actually all move into base-to-base with the Panoplies, and 3 of them can actually hit the Panoplies at a time. Now, I don't know if that's correct. Please post your reply in the video description and the comments if you know better than that, but I would like to know, can a Link team declare a short skill where everybody moves, and then the second short skill is that they all search the Panoplies together? Can that be done? Yes or no? Into the next photo, it's now my follow-up turn 2, and the immobilization is worn off on the Aquila Guard. The repeater bot has been destroyed. He's looking really good with the lighting and the color choices here, so I'm really pleased with that turnout. He opens up with his heavy machine gun against the enemy Fusilia machine gun, and with the massive bonuses to hit, creams them straight away, so really good line of fire here from the Aquila. Moving to the next photo, the Procman now promptly reveals himself, declares a surprise shot, and fires a burst of rounds with his combi rifle. I know the model's a sniper rifle, but it is a combi rifle, against that distant Auxilia bot. So that will allow me to move into the room without taking a flamethrower hit to the face, so that guns him down in short order. The next image has the Father Knight moving up close to the building, moving around cover, opening up with his boarding shotgun. Now, Bipandra and her friend have actually raided the Panoplies and gained +2 armor apiece from the Panoplies. By the way, the Swiss guard had been so hard to kill earlier because he had actually gained +2 as well, but I managed to take him down. Funnily, in terms of role-playing here, we tried to imagine the Fusilia Link team donning the armor of the downed heavy infantry, so just imagine picking off the Swiss guard from the floor and putting a suit of armor on or something like that, just to help to clarify it in your mind. But Father Knight surviving his entry point here to the room, to the side of it, getting ready with his boarding shotgun and blasting them. Next image, because the ARO generated by the Crocman had the Fusilia member put down a repeater as an ARO within range of the Father Knight, the Aquila Guard now moves up in the bottom left corner of the photo and opens fire. It took him 2 orders to do this because he didn't actually manage to achieve anything on the first one. The shots just bounced off armor and didn't even kill the repeater. But the second order was successful, killing the Fusilia and the second repeater. But his ARO was to put down another repeater at the same time. So I just had to keep churning through the orders, but eventually I got there. The next image just shows you the Aquila Guard in the process of doing that, using a short movement every time and getting much closer to the door, so that will allow me to just run in there in the final turn if it comes to that. Very next photo, we've got a lot of carnage here. The Father Knight moves into the room, kills by Pandra with 2 close combat, well, not close combat rounds, the boarding shotgun rounds to the face, using AP rounds because she's got total of 4 armor thanks to the Panoplies and a natural 2. But when you're hitting on 20s and causing AP rounds at damage 14, it's pretty easy to gun someone down, so he's looking fine there. Alright, next photo, and this is the last photo of the game. My opponent said, okay, he's in lost a lieutenant, I've killed the lieutenant's one of the corpses in this room, so also he's in retreat mode. So he said that because he took the first turn, it's now the 5th turn of the game, so he's taken 2, I've taken 2, now it's the 3rd turn for him, I'll get 1 turn after this. He said that the game will end at the end of his turn because he's in retreat and lost a lieutenant. And because the game ends really quickly, he originally thought, oh gosh, because I've raided more Panoplies than you, I have 2 points to your 1 at the end of the turn when you scored, so I would win. But then we checked the Armoury mission a bit more closely and said that you gain 4 points at the end of the game for controlling the Armoury. So he claimed that if he moves in with his Auxilia member and shoots the combi rifle at the Father Knight and kills him, then the game will actually end before I have a chance to even play my final turn. Now I found that kind of counterintuitive. I'd like you to post a comment please just to correct that if that's wrong. But we played it out. He tried to gun down the Father Knight with his combi rifle, didn't succeed. I took 1 wound. Game ended after that, so I did actually have more points than him at the end, scoring 4 points. What we wanted to know is whether I get that final turn to score that further point at the end or not. So yeah, bit of rules lawyering going on there. Unambiguously, my army, the PanO side that I was playing, did score the win, but what we want to know is that if you're in Lost Lieutenant and retreat, does that prevent your opponent from playing out their 3rd turn, or does the game end right there? Would like to know for the purposes of future games. Anyway, that was it. Looked pretty brutal, lots of carnage. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and yep, feel free to post your comments and go onto the website. I've got my secondary account there for Flamestrike, which I've only used once to post one other video, so I won't really be using that, but there it is. See you guys next time.